thing I like about working with Citizens UK is the fact that what it does, it allows us to really access communities and those communities that are active. And that's really good for us because we need to know, as researchers, what it is that's important to those people, what actually affects their real lives. And if we can engage through Citizens UK to find that out, to engage with those people that are actually making a difference in society, then that really does help us, and it helps us to actually identify and shape our own research agendas. The project we're doing with Citizens UK around Birmingham's Muslims is so important. You know, we need to understand the communities in, you know, this hugely diverse city that we live in, you know, and being part of the University of Birmingham, we're part of that. It's about allowing us to actually meet new people. It's about getting us to learn about new people, but also getting to learn about what our shared interests are, you know, what our shared values are, you know, what shared concerns. All of these things are so important, and it's been fantastic working with Citizens UK.
This particular project is about Islam and public life in the United Kingdom. The Citizens UK movement and the various chapters around the country, over the last few years, many of the Muslim members have talked very much about their anxieties, about walking through the streets in traditional dress, about practices and customs, being open and transparent and explicit about being Muslims, and some of the fears and anxieties that they have for themselves, but also for their children and their communities. And so in September 2015, Citizens UK launched a commission, the Commission on Islam and Public Life. And what they have been doing is they've been travelling around the United Kingdom, and they have been listening to the voices of Muslim people, the Muslim leaders, Muslim communities, academics, researchers, politicians, local councillors, etc., who have come to the Commission to give evidence about what it's like to be a Muslim in UK society. In October, a few months ago, we hosted a one-day event over at Winterbourne, where we brought together about 120 people, civic leaders, but also members of the Muslim communities. We had a lot of people in the room who wanted to talk about what it's like to be a Muslim in Birmingham. So the conference was called The Muslims of Birmingham. We also had Shabana Mahmood, and we also had Liam Burn MP, who gave an introduction to this, and they're very interested and very concerned about some of the things that have been happening locally. You know, Trojan Horse is one manifestation of a bigger discourse around Muslims and education, but then there's been hate crime and so many other kinds of things. So this was the first event that we will organise with Citizens UK. More will follow in terms of giving voice to the positives, the positive images, the positive contributions, and some of the issues that we need to address as a university, but our politicians need to address as civic leaders in terms of how we enable Muslims to play a more public role without fear of negative consequences for sticking your head above the parapet. Ours is not just to have the conversation, it is to lead to an action, to doing something. So we go beyond, if you like, what the traditional academic role might be, which is about the pursuit of knowledge, or sometimes the creation of, or often the creation of knowledge, but it is knowledge for action and for doing something. And that's why hopefully you're in the room, that you want to take whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you are working on here at the university, but you want to take that to the next stage, which is to use your knowledge, your experience, and our privilege and power here to develop an action that will make things better. Thank you.